Welcome back. Welcome back.
Yeah.
I gotta say, welcome back to Unbroken Stories, the journey to recovery. We had a couple weeks off, man. Just I guess
Mini break.
Mini break. I don't know. We were burning a candle on both ends.
Yeah.
So we were
Reset, recharge.
out. Yeah. We had to take a little brief hiatus.
Yeah.
Get our batteries fully charged, but we are officially back in the building. Yes.
We missed y'all.
We did.
For real.
I know I did.
Yeah.
I was aching to get back on the platform and talk to the people.
I know. I love our peoples.
First, let me start off like this, man. We are a struggling channel trying to get a platform set up so we can talk about recovery to anybody who wants to listen. So if you want to help support the channel, please do so by copying some of our merch. Unbroken Stories t-shirts, hoodies, hats, cups, whatever. You can do all things. Also,
please make sure to follow us on our streaming platforms. We are available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, as well as YouTube, Unbroken Stories podcast.
Yep. And Twitch.
You can watch us live. You can see it as the magic happens.
Now.
Like right now.
So Twitch, Unbroken Stories podcast.
Yeah.
So how you been?
I've been good,
Good
dude.
to see you. Good to see you.
I know. I missed you.
Yeah. So today we're going to do a little twist on things. We're starting season 3.
Season 3. Hey. Yeah.
Season 3, episode 1.
Yes.
And we're doing a little twist because we typically we and we're always going to be in the forefront of recovery on addiction.
Yes.
But recovery is has many different avenues.
Yeah, it's way more than just substances and the drugs and alcohol. It's
for sure.
Yeah.
So we're gonna be tackling different topics of recovery, different avenues, I should say.
Yeah.
And today's one is gonna be recovering hope.
Oh, I love it. Like when you called me this morning and you told me about this, I was like, yeah, dude, let's roll. Let's rock.
I had an epiphany.
He did.
I had an epiphany.
This is great. I love it.
And so what hope is. Hope isn't wishful thinking. Hope is what allows someone to take one more step when every reason says to quit.
Yeah.
So we don't do that quit word. We don't say the Q word. Matter of fact, let's make it official now. We do not say the Q word here on this platform anymore.
Done. Locked in.
All
no
right?
more Q word.
That's right. So whether someone is recovering from addiction, divorce, cancer, financial ruin, betrayal, anxiety, depression, grief, failure, any one of those topics. And that's what we're going to be tackling. Hope is always the first casualty because you lose hope when you are going down this path.
Yeah, that's so true.
And the first thing that must be recovered. So like when you lose it, that's the first thing you have to get back so that you can get back on the horse, so to speak.
For sure. So
what I was gonna say, we're gonna do our pies,
and
then we're gonna jump right into the topic.
Pies.
So
where you at pies wise, my
pies
guy?
wise, I feel all right, pies. If you don't know, it's physically, intellectually, emotionally, and spiritually where you're at.
Yes, not to be confused with peas.
Yeah, don't do the peas. I don't even know what that is, but
it's me being backwards.
Yeah. So pies wise, for me, physically, I got to be honest, y'all. I've been working more, so I had to. I skipped 2 days at the gym, which I don't like, but I will not skip this week. I will be doing work and doing my gym routine because I like to stay physically fit.
Yeah.
Intellectually, I'm good. I feel like I'm dialed in with everything that needs to go on in my life, like podcasting, recovery, spirituality, emotional support, just making sure everything is A-okay.
Right. Yeah, for sure.
Emotionally, I feel good. I don't feel drained emotionally.
That's good. I love that for you.
I feel good. And, my lake house is coming to the closing steps. They just they just did the epoxy floor in the basement. They did the flooring. They're about to put in all the amenities. So life is good.
I love that.
So emotionally, I'm on a high, I guess, because I'm excited about that.
For sure. How much longer do you have until like the whole thing's done?
Hopefully the end of this month.
For real?
Like July, August.
And for the listeners out there, how long ago did this project start? Come on.
You're trying to kill me. See,
no,
I was riding high. Now you're bringing me down.
No, I'm not, because you're counting your wins here. Because
so
this is something where
it's
you
a
didn't
3-year
give up.
process.
See, and
it's
3 years you
process.
didn't give up. You didn't That
no,
word we can't say.
we didn't. Yeah, we didn't. But I was able to push through it, and the fruits of our labor is coming to fruition.
Yes.
So I'm excited about it.
I can't wait to see it.
Yeah, it's dope.
I really want to see it.
And spiritually, I'm connected. I'm dialed in. It's a little bit less because I've been working so much.
Right.
I had to let somebody go, so that was hard on my spirit because I like the guy.
Right. But at the end of the day, you know, like as an employer, it's like people really like they fire themselves.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, you know, and it's like no matter how much you like them,
it's only so much I can take.
Exactly. Yeah.
So you know, spiritually, I'm okay.
Mm-hmm. Did you meditate this morning out in the
I
backyard?
did not. Absolutely not.
What?
I did not. I don't know why. I kind of slept in a little bit.
You had to get some rest.
Our friends came in from out of town, so I was still riding high off of seeing them, and I
Nice.
just was tired.
Nice, I get that.
But I'm here, I'm ready to rock and roll.
Let's do it.
What you got going on, pies wise?
Pies wise, physically, I'm feeling like I need to. Honestly, I feel like I need to start doing something. Pounds are packing on a little bit. I'm not feeling. I know, right? And like the challenge right now, honestly, is gonna be like, so how do I fit it in? Because okay, so part of my recovery journey is having to start over. You know, like with everything.
Yep.
So financially, I'll be balling on a budget right now.
Balling on a budget.
Like, so I don't have money for a gym membership.
It's only $10,
dude. When I say I'm balling on a budget, I'm balling on a budget.
$10.
Maybe if I cut out the Starbucks,
you got
for it.
Yeah, that's more than enough,
right?
You can get it. You can go to an elite gym.
This is why we talk, because now you just. I mean, I didn't realize it was only $10, but I want to go to one of those like.
Planet Fitness is $10. What do you mean? You want to go to some One Life one or whatever?
No, I want to go to like a smaller one, like somewhere like I don't have to deal with a bunch of.
Go at 4 in the morning.
4:30
in the morning, 5 o'clock.
Okay. Principles before personalities. Stop it, Christy. Stop it. Stop it.
No excuses. Get
right?
to it.
But also, so I'm about to be 43 on the 16th, and I have been smoking.
Wow,
yeah.
You're old.
Shut up, older than me.
Oh, that's right.
But, so I've been smoking cigarettes since I was 14 years old.
Womp, womp.
Yeah, I know, right? And my mom.
No, I'm trying to find it. There it is.
There we go.
Go ahead.
So yeah, I've been smoking since I was 14, and like my mom in 2013, she passed away from small cell lung cancer. But like I remember, you would think, yeah. But it's like I know I'm young enough now where like I can not fully repair my lungs, but where like I can repair some of the damage and I could live a little bit longer. And like I don't want to smoke cigarettes anymore. So my goal is to be done smoking cigarettes by my birthday, which is on the 16th. And today
you could be
is the
done
15th.
Today.
Yeah, I know.
You could be done today.
If I can kick the drugs, I can kick the nicotine, right?
And what do we got to wait till your birthday for? Come on.
I'm just saying by my birthday. I have cut back.
By tomorrow.
By tomorrow?
Yeah.
So if you see me, see me at the meeting with her, you go, bam.
I'm gonna smack the shit out of it.
You can DDT me, just boom, she's done.
Yeah, no more smoking.
All right, good. My accountability partner, right? Chill.
Get that shit out of here.
All right. So yeah, that's where I'm at physically. Intellectually, so wrapped up the 2 classes, got A's in both of them. Whoop whoop. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
So I am now starting a math class, and when I tell you I loathe math, I loathe.
Wait. What type of math are you taking?
Statistics. With like Excel spreadsheets and formulas and all that crap. Yeah. Yeah, dude.
I fucking hated statistics.
Yes.
I was like, what is this? Why am I taking this?
Yeah.
It's a filler class. And
no, it's a required class.
Yeah, I know you're required to do it, but it's really just a filler class. You're never going to use it.
Yeah, and it's like there's nothing because I looked on because I'm going to SNHU, Southern New Hampshire University, and so like I looked at their math courses to see. I was like, is there anything else that I can take? And like, no. Like it's that
you got to take it. Yeah.
But you know what? So
one
like
of those classes.
Here's my thing. I'm just like, you just got to get a D. Like as bad as that sounds.
Just get that D. Get it over with.
I just got to get a D. If I get a D, I get my credits. I'm okay.
I applaud that one.
I mean,
That's the only time you get an applaud for a D.
I know, right?
Stats.
But the other class I'm taking is theories of personalities. So, like,
okay.
because
that sounds psych more major. Interesting.
Yeah, I love my psych classes. Then once I get through this math class, like the rest of my classes, they're all either psychology or sociology. So it's like I'm locked into my degree for the rest of it. So yeah. Emotionally, I'm good. Yeah, I'm good. Definitely. Okay. Yeah. I don't want to say like nothing crazy, nothing, like, oh my God, none of those.
None of those crazy nonsenses.
Yeah, no, I mean, we got through the court thing, which that was all good.
Ooh, hey.
Shut up.
I'm not gonna she escaped
I did not escape it.
Or,
hold on, no. I still have to go to trial for it. Okay, I just didn't have to go to jail for a warrant. Like, let me set that record straight. I walked into court with an active warrant, and because I am doing the next right thing, I am in recovery, I'm plugged in, and I have changed my life. The judge saw that, and instead of sending me to jail for the warrant, he just put it under the current bond that I'm on.
Did anybody else go to jail?
Oh, there was people in jail that did not get a bond hearing.
Yeah. They need to stay there for a little while.
I mean, sometimes, you got to get sat down. I had to. You had to too. But spiritually, locked in, love my higher power. Like, nice. I absolutely love him. The God of my understanding is Jesus and God. So I get to start serving in the kids ministry next week.
And the kitty boppers?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, my background came back. So, see?
How'd you do that?
Because, okay, so the church that I go to, they literally, they drugs, exemplify. No, stop your shit. They exemplify what it means to be, the church and the body of Christ, to where, they're open, they're welcoming. They don't take your past and judge you for it. They take your past and they help you turn it into, your purpose.
Betterment. Yeah. For the betterment.
So, I mean... When they run your background check, basically, they just want to make sure, you're not like a white-collar money launderer or like a child, sex offender or something like that. They just want to make sure, especially if you're going to be in the kids ministry, you're,
for sure.
Yeah. So my background finally cleared on that. And so we have a new... So if you're brand new to the church, they have this thing called All Access, where after the service, you can go over there and you can meet with the team and they'll kind of help point you in the right direction, introduce you to the church, et cetera, et cetera. They also have that for the kids ministry. Okay. So it's for the new families. And the lady who runs the kids ministry, she told me, she was like, I would love to have you serve in that aspect, just getting to know the new families, pointing them in the right direction, where they should go, how they should check in, et cetera, et cetera. So I get to start that next week and I'm really excited.
All right,
cool, I love it.
Cool. And that was all of them?
Yeah, that's all of them. Okay, we're good. So now we can
we're diving in. Now we're diving in.
Hope.
So yes. So when most people hear the word recovery, which is in our title, Journey to Recovery.
Yeah.
When they hear that word recovery, they immediately think
drugs and alcohol.
Addiction. While addiction will always be a part of our story. Right?
Yes.
I believe that to be forever.
Yeah.
Recovery is much bigger than that.
For sure.
It's way bigger. And every one of us is recovering from something.
Mm-hmm. Because life do be lifing.
Yes, it does.
Woo!
Maybe you're recovering from the loss of someone you love. Like I lost my mom in 2021.
Mom 2013 and dad 2022.
See? And recovering from rebuilding a life after a divorce.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Or a failed business.
Mm-hmm.
Or you're recovering from, health that changed, like diabetes. Hello.
Yeah.
Maybe you're trying to believe in yourself again after years of disappointment.
Yeah.
So that's what this season is going to be all about. The next 10 episodes are going to be about recovery beyond addiction, because healing belongs to everyone.
Absolutely.
Not just the person who suffers from the disease of addiction, though that is, our main avenue.
Yes.
Today we're going to be talking about that what every recovery begins with, and that is
hope.
That's right.
Yep. Because it's like you said, it's the first thing that you lose, but I also feel like it's the first thing that you can regain.
Yes,
for sure.
Yeah. Once you get that spark, then you just run with it. So, questions.
Yeah.
Is hope something you're born with?
Ooh. That's a good one. I want to say optimism is something that you're born with. I think hope is something that you're kind of, and I know this is going to go into our next question, but I feel like hope is something that is learned over time through disappointments. Okay. Because you can always have a positive outlook, which is optimistic. You know,
but you know, to me, optimism and hope are two different things.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And so for me, hope is believing. Mm-hmm. You know, believing it's going to get better.
Yeah.
Optimism is, you know, you're just optimistic.
Yeah.
That things will turn.
Right. So here's a prime example using some personal experience, you know, the difference between hope and optimism. Walking into that courtroom, you know, knowing I have a warrant, optimism is like, okay, everything's going to be fine. Yep. Hope is, even if I walk in here with this warrant and I don't walk back out, I still know that everything is going to be okay because of the work that I've done. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Okay.
So I don't know if I'm more hopeful or more optimistic.
I think, okay, so for me, I'm very much in, and I think you've touched on this before, because I know you're very like, your spirituality is like kind of universal input output.
Yep.
You know, and like I've also been like on there, and I'm also a firm believer in what you put out is what you get back in. So if you're an optimistic person, like if you're always looking at the bright side, if you're looking at the positive, you're going to get that positive reinforcement back. Okay. If you're negative, if you're always looking at the downside of everything and you're looking at it negatively, then you're going to get a lot of negative stuff coming back into your life. So I feel like for me, optimism is something that something that I have on the surface level, and hope for me is something that I have on a spiritual level.
Okay.
You know, because I think hope kind of corresponds with faith. You know, because you have to have hope, but you also have to have faith that it's going to work out. You have a hope that it's going to work out, but you also have to have the faith and the belief that it's going to as well.
Correct.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay.
Well done.
Thank
you. Well said there, young lady.
I try.
That's why we keep her on the team.
Yay! See, she's not just a pretty goofy goober.
Well, you definitely are a goober.
Duh.
Definitely a goober. Can you see what the next segment says?
Yeah. All right. So, what steals hope? Like, I'm gonna throw some of these out here, and if you just want to jump on one, you know, like, let's rock with it.
Okay.
So, some of the things that could steal hope are gonna be like failure, betrayal, abuse, addiction.
Hold on. So I think betrayal steals hope.
Oh, for sure.
I think that, you know, that one resonates.
All right, elaborate.
I just feel like when people you care about, you know, let you down, turn their back on you, or deceive you in some way, shape, or form.
Yep.
I feel like hope really goes out the window for that, whether it be a business partnership, a relationship, a marriage, or any one of those
friendships, family.
Yep.
Yeah.
When they basically give you your ass to kiss.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's hard. It's hard to be hopeful that that's going to go in, that relationship's going to be. It's going to carry. And
I feel like, you know, to kind of expand on that, you know, like maybe the first time it just kind of creates like that, like it creates just like that seed, that shadow of doubt. But if it's something that continues to repeatedly happen over and over again and it becomes a habit, like, you're going to lose all hope in like any goodness of that relationship that you have with that person, no matter what the said category of relationship is.
The hope chain is only as strong as its weakest link.
For sure.
So if someone keeps breaking links, obviously that chain is not going to be. Yeah. It's not going to work.
Absolutely.
So there's
So what about like financial?
That's
like okay. So remember what we had that recession in, what was it, 2008? You remember that?
Yeah, I was broke during that. So
I think we all were. So it's like for a lot of people, and I mean that just can be when something like that happens out of nowhere, and it affected the whole country. Yeah. It really did. So like, how do you, when you just like lose everything financially? So with you being a business owner, I really want you to touch on this. So like, what would you do if you lost it all? How would you have hope?
I started with nothing.
Right.
So I know what nothing feels like.
Yeah.
So if I lose it all, okay.
You're like, all right, time to dig back in, rebuild.
It's time to reinvent myself.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm never, for me, financial collapse isn't something that would steal my hope.
Okay.
Because I know I can, no matter where you put me, I think Jay-Z said it, put me anywhere on the earth and I'll triple my worth.
Right.
So no matter what happens, if the world come crumbling down and my business is just bellied up, I just find a new business.
So because maybe not everybody's been there. So let's also let's kind of look at this. What would you say to somebody who's maybe never had to rebuild from the bottom? Somebody who's always, because I know there's some people in my life where, they got, when they were in their their late teens and their early 20s, they wound up with really good jobs. They started making really good money, et cetera, et cetera. Addictions happened, life happened. And now, it's like they're in their 30s and they're having to not only start over, they're having to heal everything from, how the recovery process works. Not only from the addiction part, but from the financial and the life. So what kind of inspiration would you give to them to have hope?
So what the key thing what you said there was they were in their, let's say 30s.
Yeah.
Okay. You're still young enough.
Yeah, for sure.
I've reinvented myself in my 40s.
Okay.
When I came back to Georgia, I left the IT field and started doing landscaping.
Right. Huge transition.
Yeah. That's night and day.
Yeah.
Inside to outside.
Yeah.
I didn't have anything. And I started with the Forrest Gump lawnmower, as I call the story.
Yeah.
I didn't have a pickup truck. I didn't have anything. And I just drove the lawnmower to the customers' houses. And through hard work and grind, you can get back on top. It just, you can't lose that resilience. You
have determination.
The ambition, the motivation, the determination, the resilience, all of that still has to exist even when you're broken.
So but how, so this is, and that's why I love why we're having this conversation, because again, hope is the first thing that you lose.
Yep.
So it's how do you, if you're feeling just completely dejected, hopeless, and you're just F all of this, where do you draw that strength from? What is that turning point?
For me, that's the faith. Whether, my higher power, my mom used to always have a saying, your higher power don't give you more than you can handle.
Right.
So, I'm gonna surrender. Now that I have a recovery base, you see, that's the difference. When you start having these tools in your toolbox from your recovery, from our program,
the surrender.
Yep. I can surrender to it.
Yeah.
It don't make sense to wallow in the lows because you're there now. Right. The reality is you're broke. So how are we gonna fix this? And we have to come up with a plan. You know what I'm saying? Whether or not you're with somebody, or if you're doing it on your own, or if you just got to start from basically from ground zero all over again. Know that the blueprint was already done. You've already had the financial gains.
Yeah, so you know that
you're capable of it.
Yeah.
And then you work diligently at getting it back. So, however, I would first draw my faith into it and see, and understand that my higher power won't give me more than I can handle, and when there's a will, there's a way. Right. I will find a way to, get back on, at least get back on my feet, and then start striving to move forward to try and get back on top.
Yeah.
You can never, we don't say the Q word. So there's no queuing. There's we have to say it because you can't quit.
You can't quit.
But now that we said it, we don't say it no more.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's no more queuing.
Yeah. No more giving up.
Yeah. No more giving up. So once you have explored that avenue and you've gone down, now okay, what do I need to do to get back right? And then, learn from your mistakes. Whatever, maybe it was something you did to cause the fall. Yeah. Or like you said, it was the I don't want to call it a depression.
No. I was just using that as an example of the
economic failure of the country. I mean, whatever caused you to go down is, you can always learn from. Mm-hmm. So once you get that and you bounce back, like I said, I went from IT to I never thought I was going to be a landscaper.
Right.
Never in my wildest dreams. But hey, I'm doing it, and I'm actually happy about it. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because I make good money. I take care of my family.
And it's something you built.
Yeah. from nothing.
Yeah. And so like that's a huge sense.
So I know I can do it. So that faith is, belief in me is there already. Obviously we know about addiction, so we're not going to touch on that.
Right.
Loneliness, isolation. I think that could steal hope. I think that can, an isolated person is a dangerous person.
Yes. Isolation equals emergency.
And I feel like that is one of the key, loneliness, depression, isolation, all of those are, they fall into that category of, I'm trying to think of the words here, hopelessness.
Yeah,
when you don't have someone to bounce stuff off of, or you don't have a partner, or you just get in a rut of like just going to work, coming home, doing the same old thing, monotony over day after day. I feel like that can lead to loneliness and depression.
Yeah.
And I'm not above it. I feel it sometimes from day to day, but I have my sons. I have a lot of things going on. I got dogs. I got a lot of things going on. Yeah. So it keeps my mind activated. And I got good friends. I got my lovely sidekick doing big things. And all of
your
this
community.
Yeah, exactly. My network, my community, the fellowship, all of that stuff keeps me active and keeps me the trajectory upward, away from loneliness and depression and isolation. So
I love that it's God works in such mysterious ways, and I love this. So like literally the message in church today, it fits right in with loneliness and depression. Because the pastor was up there and he was talking about sinkholes. And
that's a good one.
Yeah. And so like how on the surface, everything looks fine, but underneath the surface, there's like this huge sinkhole, and it's just like slowly deteriorating away until eventually everything that's on the surface, it collapses. And I feel like loneliness and depression and, just all of that, like that can create these sinkholes inside of you, inside of your heart. And, and eventually like it's going to become too much to bear. And on the outside, everything could look fine, but on the inside, it's just like, it's a huge mess. And one thing that, you and I, we have talked about a lot within, like our recovery podcast, in our meetings, and something that they said, today in church. And I really want to stress this to our listeners out there. Don't try and fix it yourself.
Yeah.
Ask for help. Whether it's help from a counselor, whether it's
sponsor.
Help from, if you're in a 12-step program, getting a sponsor. If you go
Therapy.
to church, if you go to church, talk to a pastor. If you're, not in church, but just whatever, counselors, therapists, whatever. Just don't think that you can do it on your own.
There's a title called life coach.
Yeah.
There's a reason for that.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes trying to do it on your own, because my best thinking got me to
where I'm at right now.
Yeah. It got me started on a path of destruction.
Yeah.
Now I'm back, and I'm moving forward. But, my best thinking got me on that first path of destruction.
And I want to give a little bit of hope, since that is our theme, to our listeners. I have a friend, and I'm going to keep his anonymity.
Perfect.
But when I first met him back in September of 2025, he was very much that isolated person, very much the loner, didn't hardly speak, just kind of like really quirky, just never really fit in. And he also is in, he was in his addiction. Unfortunately, he had a relapse back at the beginning of the year, and we got him back into the program, the recovery program that I was in and that he actually was in, but he went back. And just me being me, I did not want to see him in that isolation anymore. I didn't want to see him in that loneliness and in that depression. So it was just like small little things that I did, just like I would get him to talk. I'd be like, hey, like talk to me. Like, let's see what's going on. And I kind of low key became like his little mini sponsor. You know what I mean?
I gotcha.
And so flash forward, here we are in July, and he has friends. He talks to people. He comes to meetings. He speaks up like he never used to share in meetings. Yeah. He speaks up in meetings. He is finding his faith again. Like, I watched this boy pray the prayer of salvation, you know, and leave it all at the cross. I watched this. I walked him up to the baptism tub. I actually talked about this in a few episodes ago.
Yep.
You know, so like just having that hope and don't push away the people that genuinely are just like, hey, are you okay? Like, do you want to talk about it? Because it's 2026, baby. It's okay to not be okay. What's not okay is to not talk about not being okay.
Non-communication is that's a downfall.
Yeah, for real.
So that's a perfect segue into the next segments because you can someone give you hope?
Absolutely. 1000%. But the thing about it is like, all right, you have to be willing to accept it. So like one thing, it's got to be received. Yeah. And one thing like I really want to caution our listeners against is having like that shut down mindset, you know, and go ahead.
Yeah, I was going to say, let me jump in.
Jump.
Because, you know, people always say, well, you know, happiness comes from within. So they automatically assume hope comes from within, but hope can come from so many different avenues.
Yes.
Like, people can breathe hope into you.
Yeah.
You know, like I, when I say people, I'm thinking about teachers. Professor Messina, my English professor, when I came back to college in 2001, 2. Okay. She gave us an assignment. It was just a freelance writing assignment. You could write about whatever. And I told her a story about, you know, prison, when I was locked up. And she from that story, she made me feel like I can do anything. You know, she was like, I want you to speak at the college. I spoke at Berkeley College, up in New Jersey. I spoke at other events for her, and she paid me for it. And it was like, you know, believe in yourself, you can do it. You know, and it just really made me feel hopeful.
Right.
So Professor Messina, that's for you, wherever you are. Also, it can come in the form of sponsors, parents, friends, mentors, spouses, and sometimes a conversation can change everything. So
for sure,
the more you talk to people,
Now,
I like to have a circle I like to surround myself with people who are like-minded, who are want to move mountains for other people. You know what I mean?
Yeah. People, what is it that I say? That people in your life, they're either going to give you wings and help you soar, or they're going to be anchors and drag you down.
That's right.
Yep.
So, I believe 100% people can breathe hope into you.
Yes. I want to err on the side of caution, because you did say something, you know, like does hope come from within? And a lot of people like, does happiness come from within? So here's what I want to say, because a lot of times when we're at our lowest, you know, when things are very, very dark, let's say one person comes into your life and they do that. They breathe that life into you again. They give you that hope. Don't let that one person become everything. Yes. Like, because if something happens, you know, or the relationship dynamics change, or if they move away, or just whatever, you cannot put all
your eggs in one basket.
Yeah. And you can't rely, like, use this person to help fuel it, so that you can reignite that hope within yourself.
Absolutely.
You know, don't make them the instrument of your success.
Well said. Yep. So well said. So let me ask you this then. Yeah. When was the time when was the time you honestly thought life wasn't going to get any better?
For me, I want to say one of the darkest times in my life, it started right after my dad died. You know, my dad was, he was my everything. Yeah. You know, and when I lost my mom in 2013, you know, my relationship with my dad, it definitely changed. And it became very much like he became my best friend. You know, he was my rock, my strength, my foundation. He was my voice of reason, my kick in the ass when I needed it. You know, he was my biggest champion, or he would champion for me. He'd cheerlead for me, but he'd also tell me, you know, like when I needed to stop my shit. And, you know, when he died, I didn't do things right, you know, as far as like that last time, the moments that I had with him. And that's something that I'm still healing from within my recovery. But I remember, because my dad died in October, and I sat there that first Thanksgiving and that first Christmas. I was completely alone. You know, and the way that I had grown up, you know, holidays were huge in my family. You know, my mom was very much like, I don't care what you got going on. You're going to be here for Thanksgiving. You're going to be here for Christmas. You know, and then when mom died, I made it a point for every Thanksgiving, I would drive down to Florida, to South Florida, to go spend Thanksgiving with my dad. Like, it became a tradition with us.
Yeah.
And then to just sit there through those two holidays and like, I was completely alone like that. It was really dark, you know, and I will be completely honest. Like, I fell further and further into my addiction, and there was so many times within the last 6 months of my addiction when before I had my gift of desperation, when I was just, Nico, I wanted to quit. Yeah. Like, I really did. Like, I just didn't want to. I was just like, what's the point? You know, like every give a damn that I had died with him. And then it just got worse and worse and worse. And in that moment, like, I couldn't see anything. You know, it was just like, why? What I couldn't see was that, like, in this is something that comes within, you know, my recovery journey. What I couldn't see is that I was doing a lot of it to myself, you know, but I will always and forever be grateful for that gift of desperation, because that gift of desperation, when I walked into recovery on September 19th of 2025, like, I had nothing left. I really didn't. I was just like, it's this or nothing. Like, it's this or nothing. Like, I can't do this anymore. And I had to get out of my own way. And I had to be like, all right, if we're going to do this, we're going to do this, because if we don't, we're going to die. And through recovery and through getting out of my own way and finally looking at things for the reality of them instead of sugarcoating them and bullshitting them, I have hope again. Like, I know, you know, like, I've literally been like, I sit here and I tell myself every single day, I know my mother and my father are looking down from heaven and they are so freaking proud of me right now.
That's what's up.
You know, and like, that is my hope.
I'm proud of you, girl. I'm proud of you.
Thank you. Well,
wow.
Like, sorry.
So no. That's real talk right there. That's real emotion. I love that. So I guess my turn to share some shit.
Yeah.
Lord.
When was your darkest hour?
I have so many.
Right. Unfortunately.
So I guess one of my darkest hours was when I received my prison sentence, and I had to go do that, and I was just like, I didn't see any light at the end of the tunnel. I thought for sure, you know, I wasn't ever gonna be shit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And
it's like, how do you come back? Like, oh, now you're just a felon.
Yeah.
Like,
it was bad, and then you know, I came home and I got back on my horse, and you know, we try to tackle life's problems as they came, but you know, it was a challenge, because you know, once you are a felon, and you know, you have to work twice as hard, 3 times as hard as the average person to try to get back ahead. And so I did that, and all along the whole entire time, I had my mom there who supported me wholeheartedly, and then in 2021, mom passed unexpectedly from COVID.
Yeah,
that was devastating. I was like,
now what?
You know, it's crazy, because we all know, you know, death is coming.
It's the only guarantee that we have.
That's the only guarantee.
Yeah. But it's never.
So, it never could be fully prepared for, you know, the passing of a parent, especially someone who had such an impact on my life, my entire life.
She's right here.
Yep. That's it. That's mom. My entire life, she has been my angel. You know what I'm saying? Like it's my protector, my friend, she was everything. So just not having her, it's still hard, but I know she's with me in spirit. So and that's what makes it a whole lot easier. But those are the times when I didn't think life could get any better. I didn't think it was. I thought for sure that was the end of the road. And I was just like, it's just a moment. I just waiting to die now.
Yeah.
But the hopeful spirit, just I don't know. It just lifts you back up, and when you have it, and you feel it, and you can lift up, and you can walk through whatever you're enduring or facing. There's nothing better than that, and I know even though mom's not here physically, emotionally, and spiritually, she is here.
100%.
So, for me, those are the two dark times. I mean, I can name 100 more, but
right.
I feel like prison and losing my mom was the absolute worst. And I really thought that there was no point in living anymore.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Because, you feel like when you go to prison, you feel like you ain't shit.
Right. Like I've never been, my sister has been, I know some other friends, people that are close to me that they've been. I mean, I'm praying to God that, it
ain't gonna happen. You're good.
Yeah. But I could never imagine. Like I've been to jail and I've been to like juvie, detention center. I did like 10 months there or whatever. But like I've never been to prison, like chain gang, like that.
When you go to prison, I don't care who you are. People can act as tough as they want, and
you ain't shit.
And listen, the idea of is this the best for me? Enters. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Is this what really my life is now?
This
become?
Is what it comes
to? Is this
like,
this is it?
Yeah. What's gonna happen after this?
Yeah.
The not knowing is so loud, it's deafening.
Yeah. And then I feel like, just from some of the stories that I've heard and some of the things that like I know like are factual because of, just media exposing things. Prison breaks you.
Yeah, it can.
Like it will break you down. Like can. I mean, it's there. They talk about like rehabilitation and everything like that. Baby, there is none of that in the prison system,
don't
like whatsoever.
Don't believe the hype.
Yeah. So and I feel like you did what 6 years?
2,238 days.
Yeah, like that's crazy, dude.
One or two things happen. Either you're gonna do the time or the time's gonna do you.
Yeah.
I had my mom during the whole incarceration, so
yeah, you had that hope. She was that like she was that light at the end of the tunnel.
That was the only light I had. I mean, everything else went to the wayside.
Segue. We literally just segued into our next so I obviously like we have those people in our lives that have been the hope for us. How do you strive to be hope for someone else?
I try to be as open-minded, honest, and I think honesty is the biggest part. I show them my vulnerability side, and that I can, what I've overcome, they can too. You know what I'm saying? I'm not Superman. I'm not Captain Save a nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just a regular dude who I've been through some shit. I've been through some shit.
Yeah,
and I've overcame, and I'm telling you, there's tools out there.
Yeah,
there's programs out there. There are people out there that if you lean on them, if you utilize them, that you too can overcome. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
All I can do is just give you an example of what shit look like and how good shit can be.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I tell people all the time, man, I came from nothing.
Right.
When I was a kid, it was a 1-bedroom apartment. My mom slept on the couch. She gave us the room. 4 boys in the bed.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It was lead paint peeling off the wall type shit.
That explains a lot about you. I'm just saying. I love you.
I didn't need it.
I'm just kidding.
Like just raising ourselves while mom tried to struggle and keep food and shit on the table. Like I came from nothing. And then to see my mom make it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I thought, okay, I should make it too.
Yeah.
And then when I failed, and then I said, oh, okay, I got to apply some real work here. Now I could tell a person like, hey, just because you are who you are or your past doesn't define who you are today.
Absolutely.
You can actually change
for sure
your trajectory, your lifestyle. You can do all of that if you believe in and you have hope. So start there.
Yeah, you remember how, like I've said, like I've heard this in just multiple different settings and avenues, but I love repeating it. You know, people think that the things that happen in their past disqualify them. But what they fail to realize is that some of the things that happen in your past, they uniquely qualify you to be able to accomplish certain things. So don't ever think that whatever happened in your past like rules you out. Like, no, turn your pain into your purpose.
Absolutely. Like we're doing every Sunday.
Yeah, every Sunday, every time we go to meetings and, we're talking and we're in meetings, like for us, Nico and I, we live by a program, and in our program, we can only keep what we have by giving it away.
Absolutely. And me being in, let's use the program for a quick second.
For sure.
When I get to the rooms and I start to share my experience, strength, and hope, I got 38 years clean. So when I talk, I don't know who it's going to hit.
No, but I tell you what, when you talk, cats listen.
Yeah.
Like for real. I see it in the rooms all the time.
I don't always see it. You know what I'm saying?
And sometimes I don't see it either, but people will tell me, they'll be like, Christy, you really inspired me. I'm like,
yeah, it's crazy. Like when I hear it, I'm like, wow, I didn't mean, I don't want to say I didn't mean to do that, but I didn't know I was capable of doing that.
I mean, I can speak from personal experience. The very first time that I walked into the basement of that church where we have our meetings at on Mondays, it was one of those things, like I called the hotline because the place where I normally went, they were closed because of the ice storm. And I showed up there and you were chairing that night.
Yep.
And it was a newcomer meeting.
Yep.
And just the way you carried yourself, you were very real. You were 100%. You didn't wallow in the stuff that you had done, and you owned up to it. But the thing that I loved the most about you that really stood out was how much you encouraged people. And it wasn't just like oh, you can do it, buddy. You're just like, no, bro, like this program works. Like I'll never forget, because how everyone has that awkward silence in meetings, and it's like if you've got 30 days less or clean, like now's your time to share, and everybody's just kind of sitting there looking at each other, and you're like, bro, just rip the Band-Aid off. It only hurts for a second. It's like, so yeah, you really do. Like you inspire hope in people, and you're part of the reason why I kept coming back, and now I'm a home group member.
Thank you. I
Homies.
appreciate it. That's right. But yeah, it's like, it could be a phone call.
Yes.
It could be a compliment. Yeah. It could be an invitation to come eat at Waffle House after the meeting.
Yes, the meeting after the meeting.
Yeah.
That's how our friendship literally began.
Yep.
It was on a Thursday night, and he's like, hey, I'm hungry. You want to go to Waffle House? I was like,
that's it.
Sure. Like, I've met you once, but this is the second time. But yeah, let's go. And now here we are.
Any act of kindness can do it. It's those little moments that can really, literally save someone's life, especially when they're in their throes of addiction.
For sure.
And they feel hopelessness.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So all they need is a little gesture or a random act of kindness to really trigger them and start them going and feeling again.
100%. And I hate, so like, I don't want to say I hate because my mama taught me like hate is such a super strong word. Like don't use that. And this is me speaking from my heart. Okay. This is just how I view things. When I look around in society these days, I see a lot of self-serving. I see a lot of it's all about me. And I see so many people breaking everybody else down just to try and feel better about themselves or try to divert the attention from their own inadequacies. And this is not, I mean, like I said, I'm about to be 43 years old. So like I grew up in a different era and you did too. Like I grew up in an era where you knew your neighbors.
Yeah.
Like you had like those neighborhood get-togethers where everybody got together and you brought a dish and you had the cookout and the kids played with each other. Like, you literally, like, summertime is, bro, you didn't see me till the streetlights came on. Like, I got up in the morning, like, I ate my breakfast and I was out the door, shorty.
Gone.
Yeah. And, like, I could trust, you know, my mom knew, like, things were going to be okay. Were there still, you know, like, evil people in the world then? Yes. Okay. So, like, there was still a risk that we took, but at the same time, people actually gave a damn about each other. So if you saw some crap going on in the neighborhood, you know, like, Miss Karen was picking up the phone and she was calling Mama Lucy and she's like, hey, this is going down. You know, like, there was communication. People gave a shit about each other.
Yeah.
You didn't break everybody down. You didn't just, like, turn your head away. And I feel like each individual person, like, we need to strive to be open to that again. Like, stop breaking everybody down. Yeah. You know, like, be that person that people know that there's going to be goodness and, like, kindness that comes from you. You know, like, hope doesn't have to be big.
That's right.
You know, sometimes hope looks like just getting out of bed, you know, taking a shower, making one phone call, reaching out for help, you know, just, like, getting out and going for a walk, just being in nature, feeling again. You know, hope can begin with one decision. And, you know, I think it's, like, interesting because we don't even really realize that, like, we've lost hope until it's gone. You know, and it's not loud. It's quiet. You know, it's that little thought that enters in your head that says, you know, like, maybe tomorrow can be different. You know, but when life beats us down, that hope can become quieter and quieter over time. You know, and today's conversation was about finding that again. You know.
Well said there, young lady.
Thanks, buddy.
I don't know. So what I've learned over the years.
Yeah.
What I've learned over the years is that people they usually don't cue. I don't want to say the cue. Yeah. Quit. People don't usually quit because life gets hard.
Yeah.
People quit because they stop believing in things. They don't believe things can get better.
Yeah.
And that's, to me, is the definition of hopelessness. And when you believe, it just can't get any better.
Yep.
And don't go around this world thinking that it's only on the addict or
no,
you know, because it happens to hopelessness doesn't discriminate. It can happen to the CEO, because I'm a CEO and there are times I feel hopeless.
Oh yeah.
It happens to parents, teenagers. It can happen to veterans. It can happen to people in the church. It can happen to people who got a world ton of money. It can happen with people who have nothing.
Yeah.
I mean, that's easy. But hope isn't about circumstances.
Yep.
It's about believing. It's about believing your story isn't over.
It's never over.
And so, if you're listening today and you're wondering if life can get better, I'm here to say, absolutely.
Absolutely. 1000%.
You're not behind.
Nope.
You're not forgotten.
Nope.
You are never too damaged.
No, ever.
You're not too old.
Nope.
It's never too late, and your story just isn't finished, man.
I promise.
As long as you're above ground, your story is not finished.
That's right.
So sometimes recovery starts with changing nothing except the sentence we keep repeating in our minds.
Yep.
Instead of saying I can't.
Yes.
Start saying not yet. You know what I'm saying? Start saying, and you'll start believing that time will come.
Yeah. Take the word can't out of your vocabulary along with quit.
So,
yeah. So whatever you're recovering from, don't quit. Don't quit before the miracle. Don't stop, before tomorrow, because, Nico had said something, like, as long as you're still, as long as you're still breathing, your story's not finished. You still have a chance to rewrite it and to continue to write it, so don't quit before this chapter starts that you haven't even read yet. You haven't even started writing it yet,
Don't settle. Yeah,
so do not settle.
No settling.
Do not, because I'm going to tell you right now, healing has a way of showing up after we've convinced ourselves that it never would, and it's not possible. Like, point blank, period.
So,
yeah.
With that being said,
this
has
another
been
one in the books.
Another one bites the dust.
No. We're rewriting the lyric, goober.
I love Queen.
I know. So do I.
All right. So this has been Unbroken Stories, the journey to recovery. Remember these words.
Yes.
Being broken isn't the end of your story. Never. And sometimes it's the place where your real story finally begins. Because you got to get broken up to either step up and grow up.
Yep.
So until next time, keep healing.
Yep.
Keep growing. And never stop believing that recovery, in whatever form it takes, because it can come in many different forms, is possible.
It is possible.
And with that, we say,
stay unbroken. We love you.
Much love.
Mwah.